Hello, I'm Dr. Karen Heltz, and I want to welcome you to this week's episode of the Apple Report. This platform is to talk about education, and this week I want to talk about 2020. Yes, 2020 is in the rearview mirror, and they always say hindsight is 2020, so very appropriate, I guess. But even though there were some negatives that came out of shutting the economy down and shutting schools and keeping children at home, there were some positives that came out of 2020 as well. And I'd like to highlight a few of them for you. First, I want to introduce, for those of you who may not have done any reading or heard about learning pods. I thought these were a very creative way for parents to continue some type of classroom type environment of learning. What these parents did, some parents got together, some parents just kept it within the family, where other people would have like a neighborhood pod. And they would hire a teacher, and that teacher would come in once, twice, 3 times a week, whatever the case might be, and they would teach the children in a home or in a location identified by the people who were paying the teacher. Now, I read that one gentleman who had his own business allowed the learning environment to be one of his conference rooms in his business. So parents were being creative during this time of shutdown, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. So that's a new learning environment. It's kind of like homeschooling, except they're actually employing a teacher to continue with the lessons or to give instruction and support the children in their learning. Another one I want to mention is the increase in parental involvement. Now, there are many parents who are involved in their children's education. They go to the school, they participate in PTA, PTO, they attend parent-teacher conferences. Some parents will visit classrooms. But this has really become more important because the parents are at home with the children. And so the parents are engaged in helping their children learn and do their homework and maneuver based on the online application that the school division utilizes for their particular school division, school district. So parental involvement increased, and there again, there's positives and negatives. But what I think was definitely a positive, along with the parental involvement or engaging parents more in their child's education, is transparency. Many parents saw the curriculum that their children were being taught. Many parents saw how challenging online learning can be. Many parents saw how school boards interact. I know on the school board that I sat on, we did not have online. Yes, there are many school districts, school divisions around the United States that have used online meetings or broadcast their meetings prior to 2020, but there are many who just started broadcasting their school board meetings online. So this allowed for more transparency into some of the decision making that school boards were doing with regards to the online application, with regards to the curriculum, with regards to how teachers instruct. Are they being engaging, or are they just giving students their assignments and then letting them run with it with very limited instruction? Now, obviously, there is no one way across the board application, but parents were introduced more in 2020 to the tools, techniques, and methods utilized within the education system that they may not have been aware of. So out of 2020, yes, there are some negatives. There's not the classroom environment necessarily. Their athletics stopped, which I know that's very important for some children and their families. There are the extracurriculars outside of sports, like the clubs and the events and activities that students plan and participate in, that school principals and school administrators and teachers plan and participate in. And of course, there was no graduation, no normal, what we consider a normal graduation in 2020. So teachers did have to be creative, school divisions did have to be creative. And so those, I think, are some positives that came out of 2020. And I think with that, we will further see as we move into 2021 more creativity and more opportunity and even more enhancement with regards to learning environments, as well as the tools, techniques, and methods that are used with regards to especially public education, which the majority of our children are educated in public education. Now, in 2020, many private schools reopened in the fall, and they continue with their classroom and all that. And then homeschooling, obviously homeschooling is their normal practice. But with regards to traditional public school, a lot of changes, a lot of uncertainties. Some will say very minimal preparation for something like this, but who knew? I mean, we obviously didn't know that there would be this pandemic known as COVID-19. So again, let's look on the bright side. Let's look forward to more changes and more opportunities and more enhanced educational environments as we move into 2021. And so please like and share this video. I hope this was informative. And I look forward to speaking with you next week. And have a great week. Thank you.